She's sold out stadiums, rewritten the music industry, and reshaped modern pop culture. But what if Taylor Swift's next world tour didn't stop at Tokyo Dome? What if it passed through the halls of Jujutsu High? By the way, if you are also playing games and in World of Warcraft like me, click the link on the description below to level up and farm golds effortlessly. In this alternate crossover timeline, Taylor Swift is born into the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, not just as a pop star, but as someone with a terrifyingly unique curse technique, one based entirely on emotional resonance. She's not just strong because of who she is, but because of what she feels. And when you weaponize heartbreak, joy, rage, and vulnerability, you get a very different kind of sorcerer. Let's break it down. Swift's origin story in the Jujutsu world. Let's say Taylor Swift was born in Kyoto, not Pennsylvania. She's raised as the daughter of a semi-cursed clan that didn't make it into the Big Three. Her family has weak cursed energy, but they're known for producing artists who are sensitive to cursed spirits. From a young age, Taylor's surrounded by sadness and negativity, both in real life and from the curses that follow emotional energy. Her father dies from a failed exorcism. Her mother turns cold. And Taylor, instead of hardening, starts writing using emotion as a way to survive. Her first manifestation of cursed energy happens during a piano recital at age 7. An audience member, possessed by a low-grade curse, starts shaking uncontrollably mid-performance. Taylor's curse technique, still undeveloped, is triggered by the song's emotional climax, and the curse disintegrates. The audience doesn't notice, but one sorcerer watching in the back row does. That night, she's invited to train at Jujutsu High. The curse technique of resonance. Every strong sorcerer has a unique cursed technique. Gojo has limitless. Nanami has ratio. Taylor's, it's called resonance field. It allows her to project a sphere of cursed energy tied to her emotional state. Within that field, anyone human or curse feels what she feels. Her sadness becomes their despair. Her rage becomes their pain. Her vulnerability becomes their weakness. It's a double-edged sword. If Taylor loses control of her emotions, the field turns volatile. Allies can get overwhelmed. But if she chooses what she shares, she becomes one of the most unpredictable sorcerers on the battlefield. Imagine a cursed spirit charging at her, and suddenly, its knees buckle from the sheer emotional weight of heartbreak. Or an enemy sorcerer's confidence turns to panic as Taylor unleashes the guilt she buried beneath her fame. Her domain expansion? We'll get to that, but trust it's poetic, haunting, and completely overpowered. Jujutsu High and the Sorcerer's Social Ladder. When Taylor arrives at Jujutsu High, she's a misfit. She doesn't come from a major clan like the Zenin. She's not born with overwhelming cursed energy like Gojo. She's emotional, artistic, and viewed as too soft for exorcism work. But she trains anyway. Under the mentorship of Mei, who respects money and success above all, Taylor learns how to monetize her ability, not for profit, but for influence. Mei teaches her that being strong is only half the game. The other half is making people believe in your strength. It clicks. Taylor starts writing and performing cursed lullaby songs that can pacify weaker curses, boost the morale of allies, or disorient opponents. It's not genjutsu, it's pure cursed technique paired with vocal frequency and emotional memory. She even develops cursed tools, customized mic rings, and a staff that doubles as a violin bow. Each tool amplifies a different range of emotional frequency. She's not trying to be Gojo, she's building her own lane. Special grade status and the Tokyo incident. By her late teens, Taylor has become a special grade sorcerer, not because of her raw power, but because her abilities are too unique to classify. During the Shibuya arc equivalent of this timeline, she plays a critical role. As curses descend on civilians and chaos spreads, Taylor activates her resonance field at full scale for the first time. She starts singing a new cursed composition called Crimson Hour. Every curse within 300 meters collapses. Why? Because the song is written from the perspective of someone who just witnessed their soulmate die. The emotions are so intense that even high-grade spirits, born from hatred or sorrow, implode from emotional overload. Allies survive, civilians are protected, but Taylor collapses afterward, drained completely. Her cursed energy isn't gone, her soul is. That's the risk of her technique. It's not just power, it's pain, and every time she uses it, she gives away a part of herself. Domain expansion, the Eras stage. Let's talk about Taylor's domain expansion. It's called the Eras stage. When activated, the domain unfolds like a grand concert, arena lights, instruments, and a floating stage suspended in emotional mist. But it's not a concert, it's a trap. Anyone caught inside is forced to relive Taylor's most intense memories, her heartbreaks, her betrayals, her losses, her triumphs. Each era plays out as a cursed performance, and the opponent has no choice but to experience it as if it were their own past. It's a psychological breakdown field. Most enemies don't survive more than 2 eras. Their mind crumbles under the emotional weight. If they do, Taylor drops the final verse, a cursed chorus that compresses all emotional signatures into a sonic blade that pierces the soul directly. Few have ever escaped it, fewer talk about it, and those who do, never pick fights with her again. Allies and rivals in the sorcerer world. In this version of Jujutsu Kaisen, Taylor makes both friends and enemies. Maki Zenin respects her for rejecting the toxic clan hierarchy. They bond over shared outsider status and train in hand-to-hand combat together. Yuta Okotsu becomes an emotional counterbalance. His ability to weaponize Rika, the spirit of someone he loved, mirrors Taylor's emotional weaponry. They spar often, not for dominance, but to understand how pain can be turned into power without becoming a curse themselves. Nobara, at first, finds Taylor annoying, too soft-spoken, too flashy, but over time, Taylor's emotional honesty earns her trust. As for rivals, Naoya Zenin thinks her powers are feminine and weak. She humiliates him in battle by forcing him to relive his own childhood fears publicly. Kenjaku, or Suguru Geto's body, sees her as a threat to the grand evolution plan. Her power, based on shared humanity, represents everything curses fear connection. She doesn't just destroy curses, she makes them feel. Cursed songs and emotional combat. Taylor's technique evolves over time. She starts writing entire cursed albums. Each song has a specific effect. Mirrorball projects illusions based on the target's deepest insecurities. Enchanted temporarily links allies' cursed energy for synchronized attacks. Bad Blood turns her own negative emotions into explosive cursed spears. She also develops a cursed playlist, a literal rotation of emotions she can switch between mid-battle depending on her opponent. Fighting a rage-based curse, she counters with serenity. Facing apathy, she floods the field with nostalgia. It's not random. It's strategy emotional jujutsu at its finest. By the time she hits her 30s, she's not just a special grade, she's a legend. The first emotional class sorcerer to build an entirely new school of cursed combat. Some call it cringe, but even Gojo admits, I can't do what she does. I don't feel that much. The final battle, against regret itself. In a late-stage arc of this alternate story, a new type of curse appears, regret. A massive cursed spirit born from generational sadness, suicide, and grief. It doesn't kill. It makes people wish they were never born. Entire cities fall into silent sleep. Nothing works. Not fire, not seals. Even Sukuna, in this version, calls it unlike anything he's seen. Taylor enters the city alone. She knows she can't overpower it, but she can outfeel it. She walks through the curse, singing a lullaby written for her younger self who once cried into journals, not knowing why the world was so heavy. The curse hesitates, then it roars. Taylor unleashes one final domain expansion, but this time there are no lights, no music, just silence and the memory of pain turned into art. Regret collapses, not from attack, but from understanding. Taylor faints in the process. She wakes up hours later in Gojo's arms. He tells her, "You didn't fight it. You forgave it." She doesn't answer, just writes down lyrics for her next song. If Taylor Swift became a Jujutsu Sorcerer, she wouldn't be the strongest in raw power. She wouldn't tear cities apart like Sukuna or bend space like Gojo. But she'd win battles others couldn't even fight because her weapon is emotion. She wouldn't destroy curses. She'd disarm them. She wouldn't rule by fear. She'd lead by resonance. And in a world where strength is usually loud, she'd prove that sometimes the quietest pain hits the hardest. Thanks for watching this anime X celebrity crossover theory. If you're still here, let me know what Taylor's cursed album would be called in the comments. And if you want more wild anime mashups like this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.